There is nothing like cheap, nutritious, enjoyable meals when you're wild camping, and especially when they're cheap. We all know how expensive these dehydrated meals can be. So, for me, it doesn't look that delicious at the moment, but I've just cooked this, and it's basically real beef sausages with onions and beans. That's a great little morning starter, yeah? But yeah, I cooked it in the evening, and I'll have it in the morning. So when we've done that, we have to let it rest until it gets to room temperature before we vacuum seal it. Now the messy part, getting it into the vacuum bag, and then of course vacuum sealing it. So here we go. So we get our spoon, a nice spoon. We open up our bag, like so, and we get our food and we start getting it inside the bag. And this is what I made earlier. So here we go. So also wipe the edges here nicely, get it all nice and clean so that it makes a good vacuum seal. Very important that where the vacuum seal is going to be, wipe the edges. So it's definitely going to have a proper seal, and that is very, very important. People have a tendency to forget that and then wonder why it didn't seal. Now everybody says you can just use any bag. That's not true. These have got little channels where the air can get sucked through. So we switch on our vacuum seal, lift up the lid, we place the bag halfway into the tray. And because this is moist, this food, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we got it right and it stays there. We click it both sides. We're going to use a moist vacuum seal. Okay, so moist vacuum seal. You notice the juices are creeping up, but it's sealing now. So that's why it's important to get all this food at the back so that the juices don't creep up into the tray, because it's a bit of a mess. Secondly, if it goes further, it could actually damage the machine. So it's sealing now, red seal, and there you go, it's finished. Now I'm one of these who like to seal more than once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this bad boy up and I'm going to seal it twice. So down it goes. This time we're not going to vacuum, we're just going to seal. So I like to do it twice, sometimes 3 times. As you can see, 2 seals, lovely. 2 seals, lovely. That now goes in the fridge, and tomorrow we will test it in the morning at the car boot cell next to my car in some boiling water and see how long it takes to warm up to eat. Right, I've just put the breakfast in water that's simmering. They say about 10 minutes normally it should be hot enough to eat, but we'll find out. I've got the timer on. We're at the car boot cell. As you can see, there's hardly anybody here, if anybody at all. If we actually look, hardly anybody, because it's been pouring with rain, so no one expected a decent day. Normally this field is chock-a-block by now. But yeah, it suits me. I didn't want to use the MSR Expedition Stove, it's too noisy and it might have attracted the wrong attention. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Well, it's been about 10 minutes. I've allowed it to simmer. If it was the MSR Expedition Stove, I'm sure it'd do it in 5 minutes. But as I said, I didn't want to use that, attract too much attention with the noise. So let's see what we got here. So we'll take you off, my friend, and we'll switch off the gas if I can reach it. Yeah. Switch off the gas. It's pretty warm. We'll cut open the bag as you do, and we will pour it into, oh, it seems to be able to pour quite happily. Look at that, straight out. I'm quite happy with that. Right, well, let's see what this tastes like. Is it going to taste nice? Dog food at the moment. But yeah, let's have a taste. And here we go. Oh, very nice. That most definitely is good enough for me. Does it work? Does it taste as though it's just out of the pan from yesterday? Yes, it does. It's a way to go forwards, lads. So cost-wise, it cost me for 12 pure beef sausages £6. I've used 4 of them in this meal, so that's £2. The beans 50p, so that's £2.50. I've got a wholesome, quite large meal. Is it worth it? Yeah. Vacuum seal your meals, guys, if you're only going out for a day or two. Well worth it. See you later.